welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Niners and the Texans. All that and more coming up next.
When you think about the classic venues to host the NFL's ultimate game, this one's right up near the top of the list. The Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. We are minutes away from Super Bowl 59, and we've got a tremendous matchup in store. The moment is upon us, and we've got what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Houston Texans taking on the NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. I mean, this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't lack for either one of those. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, for our champions of the NFC, this was a battle of attrition this year. It was a tough road to get here, but now they feel like they are battle-tested and ready to go.
And that certainly cannot be overlooked. They've taken everyone's best shot this season, and they've withstood all of them.
Purdy going here right away. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Purdy. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now. Pulled in at the 24. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And there are a lot of quarterbacks who had terrific careers. Think about guys like Phillip Rivers, Randall Cunningham, Dan Fouts, Warren Moon. But they never got to a Super Bowl. Yet here he is in his 2nd NFL season, already getting his chance. I mean, harken back to Dan Marino, another superstar.
Oh, no, his first throw of his Super Bowl is intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Here's Purdy. In trouble, and he's taken down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So on fourth down, here's the Australian native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded at about the 28. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
That one complete. It's tanked down. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 36 yards on the play.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field, because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Here's 2nd and 10. Stroud to throw it. And that's knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Barnett came into this game eager to see how they would hold up their man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
Stroud looking to throw. Out to his left. And he will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Stroud now on 4th down. Rolling to his right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. C.J. Stroud taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Texans are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. That's Azeez Al-Shaair getting through for the sack that time. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Purdy will set up to throw it here. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
And he will slide to a stop.
That space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
They go play action here, Purdy. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Purdy off the play fake. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now Purdy. Steps away to his left. And escapes the sag. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Texans will take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. That'll be pulled in downfield by Collins. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 69 yards. And the Texans will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. Early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's got a good gain at 7 up to the 37. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. This will be fielded at the 17. A nice work return as he gets about 15 yards back. And out will come the offense as they take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Taking a shot for Dell here. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Houston. takedown, 68 yards. And the Texans are feeling good as they extend their lead in the Super Bowl. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Purdy. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Will Anderson, his second sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Throwing here, Purdy. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
All right, partner, deuce is wild on this sequence. 2 plays, 2 sacks, and now 2 points thanks to the safety. Offensively, there just didn't seem to be much plan when they came out on attack. That let the defense create a little chaos up front and set up one of their guys to make a play and get through and record the sack.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. And he fields it cleanly. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
And Stroud now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. On the move to his left. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Right where this down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one. Not turnover on his ledger.
4th down, Stroud going to try to throw for it. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Well, their first 4th down and 10 earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th
to the 43. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. At the 43-yard line. Purdy now to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Purdy looking to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he is going to have a 49ers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. We are just getting started here at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. 1 quarter in the books. 23-0 is our score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we are back and ready to go for the 2nd quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the 2nd quarter. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. 1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Shotgun now with Purdy. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans 39. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. This is Samuel. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That tackle behind the line made by Will Anderson.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time. Space that you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Out of the gun, Purdy. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. This is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough task here, though. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Purdy. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Will Anderson make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Here's Stroud. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Stroud sliding out of the pocket. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Now a 2nd and 10. Stroud rolling to his left. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quality coverage that time to slow down what's been the main source of offense against them thus far. Got to find a way to slow down that ball in the air.
They get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. 4th down, here's Stroud. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Play action. Here's Stroud. That is caught by Dell. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Back to throw now on first down. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Oh, he fakes a spike. And that is going to wind up incomplete. So they tried to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 4th down, Stroud. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dare Ogunbowale. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. They took a pretty big risk right there, going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. And San Francisco gets here. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Back throw, Purdy. At midfield. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game, and that continued with that first down run.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Smash. Bring it. Check. Unlock fire.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
It's 3rd and 7.
Here's Purdy. And that will be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense taking over again. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Stroud looking to throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under them.
And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Texans are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop.
That's a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Now 2nd and 9. Purdy from the gun. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring 5th, barring a conversion here. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks are starting to pile up.
If they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
17 yards, and they will take over 1st and 10. Here's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to go for another drive. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the 2nd quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all of those things? But the best players show up each and every week, solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Stroud to throw it. Got his man, Dell. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Take Dell. His 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Texans are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this 1st half. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. And the Niners ready to go on offense for the final time of this 1st half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to do this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now Purdy. He's got Ayuk once again. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. Keeps himself upright. And Purdy finds a way to move the chains. He slides to a stop, and he's got the 1st down. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. There'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. That's complete to Dell. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Take Dell with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Texans have got it on cruise control. So that is going to tie an NFL record that has stood for more than 70 years. 7 touchdown passes in one game. It was first done by Sid Luckman of the Bears in 1943, then by Adrian Burke of the Eagles in 54, and now that mark equaled here in this one. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Throwing here, Purdy. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Samuel. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jalen Petrie picking up the sack on a safety blitz. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Taking it about the 16. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to go for another drive. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know. We'll
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Steps away. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards at time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Stroud. Flush to his right. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off for the 1st down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Stroud. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line. Give them 17 on the pickup there. The Texans also get a new set of downs. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Taking a shot for Dell here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain down.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside, he gets in there to bring him down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the... And look at this, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10. Shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start out here with the option left. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Purdy looking to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So that's the end of 3 here in Super Bowl 59 from Caesars Superdome. The 4th and final quarter coming right up. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And there's just one quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's a 2nd and 8. And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. In motion goes the tight end. Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Purdy now to throw.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Trying to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And they'll start this drive just across the... And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Again, it's Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now it's Mixon running right. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Stroud. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Now he's got it. And the Texans are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. And with that last completion, folks, he now owns the NFL record for most passing yards in a single game. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Brevin Jordan, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. And that last touchdown pass not only puts 6 points on the board, it also puts his name into the record books for the most touchdown passes in a single game. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. Got a man, that's Ayuk. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
After 29 yards line.
Here's Purdy. Oh, he stays up. Oh, now some space to operate. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. Samuel going to go in motion right. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him. And bring him to the ground. Mario Edwards Jr. never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. Throwing on 2nd and long. Purdy. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Here we go, set.
Now Purdy. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. Taken from just outside the 30. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Already.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And now off to the races down the right side. Joe Mixon. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone. What a run it was. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the 4th quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight. Throwing to start the drive. Purdy. Under pressure, and down he goes. Derek Stingley getting home on the corner blitz. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Purdy. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Will Anderson, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Here comes the 49ers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game well decided a long time ago.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. on third down, Mixon. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Play action. Here's Stroud. And this is caught, that they say, out of bounds. Now, would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And this one too low. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Pass taken in by a tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Complete to George Kittle. 1st and goal.
Purdy from the gun. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Texans will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take.
There he goes, right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It rolls in the touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistled dead, and the ball's going to be placed up at the 40-yard line. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Purdy. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Purdy. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
Purdy with one final shot here. That is caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And the Lone Star State has a new champion. It's the Houston Texans, kings of the Super Bowl. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, talk to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
What a moment. Commissioner Goodell making the presentation of the Lombardi Trophy to the Houston Texans, champions of Super Bowl 59. So that will conclude our coverage this year on EA Sports. I want to thank my partner, Charles Davis, for another incredible season together in booth. Till the fall, folks, Brandon Gaudin saying good night from New Orleans.